WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. I don't know how many of you have ever taken a golf lesson, and I don't know how many of you want to impress your friends, but not only will your golf game improve if you go see Jim Beckett to have him instruct you as to what you can do, but you can also brag to your friends that your teacher is the same teacher that taught John Travolta, the actor Don Johnson, the actor James Garner. I'm looking at the list. I never knew all these names. Dinah Shore, Kenny Rogers, Andy Williams, Stephanie Powell, and it goes on and on and on. Tennessee Ernie Ford, Terry Biddle. Wow. Gerald, you taught Gerald Ford?
Yep.
Dan Quayle, Spiro Agnew. Wow, look at this list.
Later, he hit the guy in the head in the tournament out in California.
Who did? Ford?
Yeah.
Hit the guy in the head with the wall?
Well, the crowd gets so close.
Oh, I see.
They think there's...
I never knew all these names. I knew you had taught John Travolta. Anyway, good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning. It's a great day.
It is a great day. You got some good news to share with us today. I'm looking at your new brochure.
I do. I have finally found the right situation so that I can promote and help all golfers who want to play better, have more fun with less effort. That's our mission statement. Play better, have more fun with less effort. And you know that because you experienced it.
I know it, and there's one thing in the news this week that I wanted to bring up to you, only because if it ever happened to me, I think I may never go golfing again. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
All right. Michael Jordan made fun of President Obama's golf game.
A little bit.
And then President Obama, I guess they went back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I'm bad at golf. I would never try to pretend I was good, but you have taught me, don't worry about it, just have fun.
You're one of the best golfers I've ever met because you don't put the undue, unnecessary pressures on yourself by not having unrealistic expectations. So that puts you in a category that is in a very select club.
Sweet. But,
no, it really is.
But the truth is, look, if I was to play with Michael Jordan or one of these guys that really knows how to play,
we'd watch him and do the best we could. He's pretty good, actually. He's really delved into it heavily.
That's what they say. But I mean, if somebody like that was to publicly say that Larry Wilder is just no good at golf, I would say, okay, forget it. I'm never doing it again. I don't want to do that. Embarrass me.
And you know what Michael Jordan said after he got into golf a few years?
No.
I'm glad I could play basketball. He said it's a whole different game than basketball.
Harder than he realized.
Well, in basketball, I think the athleticism and your instincts and your talent can make you a rising star. But in golf, you need those things and a whole bunch more because there's so many more complexities.
Uh-huh.
In golf, you've got 14 clubs. All of them are different, and all of them you got to do a different thing.
And you're supposed to know what they all do.
In most other sports, the tennis court's the same size, the net is the same height, bowling it's the same.
Yeah, that's
golf,
true. That's true.
Every
Golf
hole is
different.
different, and you're playing in the weather.
So you have that.
You never have an absolute replication ever.
Unpredictable element.
So it requires a lot more management skills and discipline skills to be a good golfer.
Well, I've learned from you, but the biggest thing I've learned from you is that sense that I can go out and have fun and not worry about it.
Absolutely.
Even if I never took a lesson, at least I would know that it's something to have fun with.
Those golfers make up the nucleus of golf. We only hear about those talented players. That's a very small percentage of golfers, but they do their promotion by elevating that expertise and getting that exposure. But it's that everyday weekend golfer who plays for fun, goes out with his family, plays some of the tournaments like you had, some charity events, and it's just if you're into it, it's kind of like people who have dogs. Dog people understand what the value is of a dog. People don't have a dog. It's they poop and what have you, and pee, and they're dirty, and you got to wash
Jerry
them.
Seinfeld bit, I think.
So you know, each thing has its own internal values if you get into it. So
Yeah.
many people see golf, say, why do I want to go out in the cow field and hit a ball around the cow field with a stick and sweat?
Yeah, well,
That's a non-golfer.
but let me tell you something else the non-golfer says. The non-golfer says, hey, my company is having a tournament, or the local VFW is having a tournament, and gosh, I would love to do this. That sounds like so much fun, but I don't want to embarrass myself.
Correct.
That's where I think your message is so important.
I wish more of my associates would buy into that as well. That's the person that needs some assistance and support and some help.
Just he wants to go out, he just doesn't want to totally look like a fool. Which is kind of what you help Robert and I prevent ourselves from looking.
And it can do that to you real quick.
Really?
One time, Jack Nicklaus at his own course, and he, in my opinion, so far is the best. He topped the ball off the tee because he was so involved in running his tournament and hit it about 100 yards.
Oh, okay.
Now, can you imagine at his caliber missing a shot that poorly versus if we do it, we think it's horrible.
Nobody cares.
But it had to be a lot worse for him.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
He's such a gentleman and such a class act. He didn't allow that to get taken out of context.
That's true, but don't put yourself in our category. You're obviously not like us. If you missed it, it might be the same thing as Jack Nicklaus missing it.
I've learned, and I think I inherited it from my father, don't be something that you're not, and don't try to do something you can't do. So that's where I came up with my slogan, let's learn to swing the way you can swing, called Can Do. And now you're not asking your body to make some extraneous motion and movement that you're not capable or comfortable with.
So now I know you've been working with a deal with a golf course. So I want you to help us understand this. So you were between golf courses last time you were here.
I was kind of at large.
You were like what do you call you were freelance?
Yes.
But now you're with whom?
I'm with the Stonecrest Golf and Country Club, which is on just on the north side of the Villages. And as a matter of fact, their property abuts up against the Villages.
And do you have something set up like the golf college that we went to?
Well, I now call it a learning center.
A learning center.
Because they have some practice areas that I didn't have at the other place.
Oh, okay.
So the learning center does private lessons and couples lessons, clinics and seminars. And we have something called private golf schools for that avid golfer that wants to get something more. You go to a normal golf school and you're going to pay anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000.
Oh, wow.
Because they're going to charge the high up rate, take you to a fancy place, pay a little more for the room and all that stuff. So I'm offering just the instructional part without any tag-ons. So you can come and take a private golf school without being in a group for $700, whereas you're going to pay a minimum of $1,000 to $3,000. Down in Orlando, my associates does a one-day private golf school for $3,000.
Really?
Yeah. So I've got it priced down where you can get 20 hours of instruction and get every aspect tapped into it. And then after you finish that, you can come in and I can work 15 or 20 minutes with you on your practice sessions called professional practice sessions. So it's the most supportive thing I've ever come up with to help the golfer get to whatever level they're looking to get to.
So 20 hours would elevate me to be a better golfer, obviously.
Well, what it would do is it would give us enough time to get you comfortable with all the things you're going to.
Okay.
You know, you've got wedges and mid-irons and hybrids and woods and drivers and putters. And so you get into the sand trap and the rough and the chipping and the pitching and the putting, and you get to do everything, so you have a foundation idea of how to do that, you know, within your ability.
Jim Beckett is in the studio. Your questions are an important part of the show, by the way. Or if you just want to chat about golf in any regard, you are welcome to do that too. You might want to talk about the personalities. Quite often the personalities come up in golf conversations, the well-known names and what they've been up to, whatever. The phone number here right now is 622-9622. You are listening on November 6th. Well, you may not be if it's a rerun, but right now it's live, and November 6th is the date. So if that's the same date on your calendar, Jim is here, and your calls are important. 622-9622. I want to also mention some of the other things you have in your brochure when we come back. We do have to take a little break, though. So we'll be right back with Jim Beckett. Let's talk golf when we come back. 622-9622. We'll be right back with Jim after this.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today, nice and warm, high 81 to 85. Partly cloudy tonight, will drop to the mid and upper 50s and a few inland spots, 64 along the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny, breezy, less humid, the high between 70 in the north and 77 in the south. For Saturday, intervals of clouds and sun. There may be a late day shower near the coast, the high 73 to 79. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Beckett, Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look, so make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Experience Christmas at Gaylord Palms, November 15th through January 4th with Ice, featuring the Nutcracker. Relive your favorite scenes from the classic ballet, hand-carved in more than 2 million pounds of ice sculptures and slides. Enjoy a special bonus area, the Frostbite Factory, and watch artisans from Harbin, China carve amazing ice sculptures before your eyes. Your awe-inspiring experience concludes with the wonder of the Nativity in Ice. For tickets and packages, visit christmas@gaylordpalms.com.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The apple peels, they contain a compound called ursolic acid that increases our metabolism, which means an apple a day can definitely help keep the pounds away. Models and doctors do date, but the person you meet online claiming to be one probably is not. It's the most common internet lie. Fashion experts believe the fragrance oil trend is here to stay because sales of traditional spray-on perfumes are disappearing into thin air.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
All right, 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Jim Beckett is here. We're talking about golf. And in the past, if you've heard Jim talk, you've heard him mention the golf college. That was when he was with Spruce Creek South. And now he's with Stonecrest Golf and Country Club. And this is a big change for what he's been doing. And good news for anybody who wanted to work with Jim and go to a great golf course, it sounds like. And he's got some great prices. We don't often mention prices on the air, but I think it's a good idea in this case. I think a lot of people will be excited to hear what kind of prices you have.
Well, for the month of November, we're offering a $40 lesson for $10. And the whole purpose is two-sided. One is for a person to come down and see what it's all about, and see if they have an idea they might want to partake of something. And the other one is obviously to expose what we do, which is a little bit different from the average instruction program. We're a little bit more into let's do what you can do first before you try to do what you think you're supposed to do. A lot of times the men have a high level where they think they want to be, and they can attain that, but your foundation base should be your own personal instincts, rhythm, timing, tempo, and balance, which you saw you could do even at your tournament there, and get some reasonable success.
I think you taught me enough to make me do okay. Well, let me ask you this: is Stonecrest a gated community?
It's a gated community, but you have access. All you have to do is tell the guard that you're going to the golf course, which is only about a quarter of a mile from the gate, right on the main boulevard.
Okay.
So we have a lot of traffic. We have a lot of outside play. It's not a private club.
Okay. And I think that's one thing I would be asking if I was listening on the...
I think it hurts all the gated communities. When they see a gate, they think, well, it's not a public course. But
right.
Down there, we have no private courses. but we have 3 or 4 gated community courses, and all of them tend to be a little bit more upscale, and yet they price themselves out at a more moderate price. So it's a real good deal, but they fight that image of, it's not inviting to drive by and think you can go in.
Now, let me take a phone call or two, and then
Sure.
I have some more questions. Our listeners may have the same questions I do, though, so let's let them ask. The phone line is open, by the way, if you want to call 622-9622. Good morning. You're on with Jim.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
You know what? This is the best time of year to golf.
I'm surprised you're not out there today.
I got some housework to do first.
Oh, okay.
But
I understand
I'll
that.
do it tomorrow. Hey, I called, the real winter is going to be attacking the northern states where I originally came from very shortly, and the golf season will be coming, outdoor golf season will be coming to an end, and all these indoor golf driving arenas and putting ranges will be opening up. The reason I'm asking is my son called me the other day and suggested for my stepson, who's going to be going into high school next year, it would be a nice idea to buy him a winter seasonal pass at one of these arenas for him to keep his game up to par, should we say. Do you think it would be worth the effort to do that for him?
Well, I think any activity like that keeps you sharp. If you play the piano and you quit playing, you don't play as good.
That's right.
So in that aspect, if they have that passion and desire, I think it would be a good thing. Obviously, money is an issue and travel to the place and all that kind of stuff, but strictly for their golf game, I think that would be good.
Yeah, it's not far from where they live up there. And there are several of those facilities up there, and they've been there for many years. I went to them myself when I lived up there. But it's a little on the pricey side. But, the winters are long up there, if not even just to keep your game up, what you're going to do anyways, but just to go out and have a little bit of fun. So I think it's worth the several $100s that you pay for a winter annual fee. So I think for a Christmas gift, that might be a good idea.
How much is the fee?
I think it's over a couple $100.
Well, if you use it 20 times, you've broken it down to 10. So you want to just, obviously when money gets an issue, each individual needs to put a value on that from their own personal perspective. But I think that sounds pretty good. I'm sure an indoor facility incurs a lot of expense to maintain, whereas an outdoor facility, the expense, of course, is trying to keep the grass up. So all these businesses are dealing with cost of doing business, of course. But that sounds pretty good to me if it's unlimited.
Yeah, the places are so popular that, from what I understand, you actually you reserve a special day of the week and a time for yourself.
I can believe that.
Change, but to accommodate everybody, that's how they run them.
Yeah, it's like an outdoor tea time, and there you got to get an indoor space time.
Right. Okay, it sounds good to me. It takes the pressure off of buying one person a gift this Christmas.
Now, when are you going to come down and see me? I know you call quite frequently.
Well, I don't know. I've been having a lot of problems with my back and my knees and stuff, and I'm getting to the point where I'm not close to a wheelchair, but I don't know if I can do much of golf anymore. I miss the game myself, but I know I'm limited to what I can do on the golf course, and I don't know if I would like to try it or not. And I had to give up bowling because I couldn't throw a bowling ball anymore with my back and my knee. So it's
well, I'd like to personally meet you because I like your attitude, but I want to give you just a little incentive. I'm 75 years old. That's what my driver's license says. I'm actually 35, and I'm thinking about suing the driver's license people for putting that fake number on there. Now, here's what the condition I am, and I still play golf. I have a blown left knee. I have a left foot that's had 5 surgeries. I was hit by an 18-wheel truck.
Wow.
And should have died. And I have a broken back and a bent spine. And I have a left hand that I can't squeeze an orange, or I can't take a key and open up a door. So if I can do that, I guarantee you I can show you how you can enjoy it and not hurt your body.
You forgot to mention one. I was married twice, and that sometimes is a problem.
You were what?
I was married twice.
Well, we're in the same boat. So was I.
Okay. Well, maybe we got to get together out there.
I'd love to meet you sometime. You give me a call sometime. I'd love to meet you, and I'd love to just show you what we do. And if you don't like it and you don't think it's for you, then we still have that pleasure of meeting one another.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Especially where I'm at now. I have a new facility.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, let me just say that the golf lesson experience, if I could just tell my perspective, it was a lot of fun. It was about 4 hours long, correct? The one that we did with you? We were there a long time.
We were. It just went like a snap of your fingers. I didn't realize that.
And my first thought about you was that you were a character. I said to Robin, this guy's funny, because we were sitting in a classroom and you were talking about this poster that held all these different lines, and you said, don't pay attention to any of this stuff. I thought we were going to have to learn all that stuff, and all of a sudden you said, don't worry about any of it.
I try to break. I know people are somewhat intimidated and overawed by it all, so I'm always trying to break that barrier down and break the barrier down between me and them. I am them. I just happen to do it for a living. So I'm always trying to get the person more comfortable.
But I guess my 2 cents is just so that the person thinking about taking lessons knows that it was actually fun. It wasn't simply like a classroom where you're kind of yawning halfway through or anything. It was a lot of fun.
Shouldn't be an ordeal, and it shouldn't be difficult, and it doesn't need to be.
And we went out of the classroom pretty quickly. It was the classroom part was just the very, very beginning, and then we actually had hands-on with the golf clubs.
And it wasn't hard.
Well, you made it easy, so.
Yeah, well, it can be.
It was very fun.
You did good. You surprised yourself.
I had to learn when you were kidding, though. So you didn't do that last couple times you've been here. Maybe because you figured out that I figured you out, but.
Well,
for a while there,
if your delivery is correct, you can say the most outrageous things and get away with it.
People will believe anything, right? I would say, the golf lessons are a great idea. There's a brochure. Now, do you guys have a website set up yet?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do? What is it?
I'm working on it. It's just Jim Beckett Golf, www.Jim Beckett Golf.
Is it there right now?
There's a bunch of them on there because I had a website person, and I get on there, and you can find Jim Beckett about 6 or 8 times down there, and they've got a... What is that when you have the video on
YouTube?
Website? YouTube. I'm on that one time, and I've got to clean all that up and get it organized for the current one, but it's on there. All
right. Well, when you get it, let us know what the address is.
Well, it's just www.JimBeckettGolf.com. That's all you need.
I just went there. JimBeckettGolf.com.
You'll find a bunch of them.
Beckett, right?
Yeah, and if you call up Spruce Creek, it's on all theirs, and right. I think you'll find it's got a number of.
JimBeckettGolf.com. Okay, that's.
You think you picking up anything?
No. There must be something else. Are you sure it's not a .org or something?
No, it's .com.
JimBeckettGolf.com. Something is wrong. I must be doing something wrong. Well, we'll find out. But anyway, so give a phone number while we're waiting to figure out what that is.
Okay, the phone number is 352-470-3876.
Okay, and you do have one of the things you gave me was this flyer, and I know we only have a minute and a half. But some of these things are only for November, some of these special prices?
Well, I'm trying to get people to come in before we get too busy and see it. So for $10, they can get an introductory quick fix lesson, and then they can learn what we do. It's a way of promoting and exposing what we do. And what we do, quite frankly, as you know, Larry, is surprisingly easy and not as hard to do as conventional golf lessons, which are very difficult to do.
And I think you can become as good as you want to become if you have the right teacher.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So go call Jim and get set up to do a golf, or like a lot of people are doing, getting a gift lesson for somebody else.
Well, the gift certificates we're doing, which we advertise, but we're doing is a 50% added. Let's say you wanted to give a golfer $100, you would get a $150 certificate.
Oh, wow.
Or if it's $50, it's $75. So it's a 50% added value from whatever you want to spend. You can spend anything you want.
All right. Jim, always good to see you. I'm glad you came in today. That was fun. And good for you. Congratulations on getting this whole thing worked out with Stonecrest. So.
It's actually going to be a delight because I'm able to do basically carte blanche what I want to do.
Call us here if you need Jim's information repeated, and of course it'll be on the WOCA Facebook page and our YouTube channel as well. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
At the Baltimore County Detention Center, he has a hearing via video link. That is a bond hearing. He is wanted as a fugitive from a Virginia case outside of Richmond from October 1st. Just a horrific abduction of a 16-year-old girl.
Holly Morris with Fox TV affiliate WTTG in Maryland. Miranda Lambert walking away with 4 trophies at the Country Music Awards, including Album of the Year.
I really poured my heart and soul into this one more than ever. I turned 30 last year, and I felt like I needed to sing about new stuff. This is really, really special to me.
On ABC last night, husband Blake Shelton won for Best Male Performer. And the number of people applying for first-time jobless help last week dropping to 278,000. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Okay, the Atlanta trip. I have the rental car receipt, but no proof that I actually flew there. I have 2 breakfast receipts, but no dinners, and apparently I slept in the lobby because I have nothing from the hotel.
Traveling for work is work enough. Concur makes it easy. Your business travelers take pictures of receipts and submit expense reports from their smartphones. With Concur, they get to throw away the receipts, you get to rule the budget, and everyone goes home happy. Test drive it free at tryconcur.com.
Hey guys, if you're into fantasy football, you've got to check out FanDuel.com. At FanDuel, you play in 1-week fantasy football leagues for real money with immediate cash payouts. You only play when you want, and you can change your team any week. FanDuel is paying out over $10 million every week this season. And right now, FanDuel is giving you up to $200 free. That's right. For every dollar you deposit, FanDuel will match it up to $200. Just go to FanDuel.com, click the microphone in the upper right corner, and enter code FOOTBALL22. FANDUEL.com. Code FOOTBALL, the number 22.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Honey.
In here.
Are you tearing up the bathroom? I thought we agreed to let Mike Scott Plumbing handle this on Monday.
Yeah, I